Hello everybody and welcome back to Sprinter Van Conversions slash Lindy Banner slash Project Overland. But this is our 2006 Mitsubishi Shogun 2006, I already said that, long wheelbase. If you guys are new around here, it might be a bit confusing as to why the channel is called Sprinter Van Conversions and we have got a Mitsubishi Shogun. It is because we are converting this 4x4 into a bit of an overland vehicle. Now we've had the I always say van. We've had the truck now for maybe 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a bit longer than that, and we've done a fair bit of work on it. So I just want to update you on where we're at with the build, with the conversion, what fun we've been having with it, and yeah, just to update you guys on where we're at. For all of you die-hard Sprinter van conversion lovers out there, don't worry, we are on the hunt for a new Sprinter. Yesterday I went to go and look at 2. Unfortunately, they were both, well, I don't know what's up with the Sprinter market at the moment, but they were both heaps. One of them had a massive oil leak. One of the bolts in the exhaust manifold was missing, and it was 50 shades of white. And the other one, although it was really good condition mechanically, aesthetically it was horrible. So anyway, the search continues for a Sprinter. We will be doing another one at some stage, but for now, it's back to the Shogun. As you can tell by the title of this video, if you can hear anything over the insane wind here, this video is all about our big beefy tyres and wheels and of course our suspension. We'll be covering other parts of the build in future videos, but for today that is what we're going to be talking about. So the tyres we have gone for on this 4x4 conversion are the Radar Renegade RT Plus tyres. They're really aggressive tyre tread. They're sort of a cross between an all-terrain and a mud-terrain, and I was able to get these tyres off of eBay for a really good deal. They were all £400 for 5, because you'll note we've got one for the spare wheel. Now the wheels that we've gone for, the actual steels that we've gone for, are 16-inch steels, and the standard wheels that came on the Shogun were 17-inch, but these are 16-inch. That means we get a bigger profile on the tyre, which is better for obviously off-roading and what have you, and more cushiony ride, can air down more, and it's just a better ride for off-road. I really hope you can hear me over this wind. Woo! And I got these steel wheels from Jimny Bits, even though it's not a Jimny, but they are perfect fit for the Mitsubishi. They are advertised as Mitsubishi Shogun wheels, and they are 8-inch wide by 16, as I say, with an offset of ET0, I believe, or 5. I will double check, and I'll put it on the screen right now for you. Now here I am at the side of, that's not a dent by the way, that's although it looks like a dent, that's not a dent. It's just the wheel arch, but I just wanted to show you why I went with the offset wheels that I went with. It's because the wheels stick ever so slightly outside of the wheel arch, which means when I'm rutted out in, you know, a big muddy rut, I'm not going to be hitting the fenders or the step or any of the bodywork on the side of the mud rut, if that makes sense. The thing that is furthest out that's going to hit anything is going to be the tyre. That's what I want. I don't want the tyre to be inside the wheel arch anymore, because then I might damage any of the bodywork on the side of the truck. These tyres and wheels actually turn out to be a 33-inch diameter overall size. So from one side of the tyre to the other side is about 33 inches. Now, in order to fit these wheels and tyres on this truck, I had to do a slight suspension lift. Now, the suspension lift I've gone for isn't anything fancy. I've only done a spacer lift, which is basically a spacer on the top of each of the front struts and the top of the rear springs. And this basically lifts the body and the chassis, because it's all one piece on this truck, up by about 2 inches. And in order to do that, it was basically a massive pain in the arse. Because I was doing the suspension lift, I had to replace the rear wishbones on the back of the truck, because the camber bolts that go through the bushes on the suspension arms get corroded up and get stuck basically. There's no way of freeing them. So my first actual purchase for this Shogun build is penetrating spray, or at least it was. Why do we need this? Well, let me get underneath the truck and try and show you. Hopefully you guys can see clearly enough, but there are 2 bolts, one which is there
and one which is over there, and they adjust the camber and the alignment of the wheels. So why are these bolts important? Well, basically the alignment makes sure that the tyres wear evenly, the vehicle drives in a straight line, and you don't have any problems with the drivability of the car. Now, one problem with this car at the moment is that it pulls to the left very strongly, and you can see on the tyres that the tyres are unevenly worn. Because I'm doing the suspension lift, I'm going to obviously have to do the wheel alignment after I've done the suspension lift anyway, so I thought two birds with one stone. I'd do the lift and then I'll get the alignment done. There's no point in getting it done before I do the lift. But those bolts that I showed you underneath, they get really seized up. So the idea is to use the penetrating spray, so hopefully we can unseize the bolts and get the alignment done easily.
That is out. I can't believe that. That was a bit of a mission. But yeah, nothing the 9-inch angle grinder can't fix. Right, just another 7 bolts to do. So now I've got brand new suspension arms on the back and camber arms on the back. Sorry, toe arms. And on the front, fortunately, even though I bought all the bolts and washers and plates and all the stuff to do it on the front, didn't have to, so I was able to sell them on eBay. So I did that, then I put the suspension lift on, and I actually put the old springs back on the suspension lift, but not for long, because I could see that they were really saggy, the old springs, so I got some new heavy duty springs for the truck. So hopefully you can see my orange springs under there. They are rated for a plus 200 kilo weight in the back of the truck. Now, even though I don't have that, I knew that putting these springs on would give me an additional inch or two's lift. And actually, in total, I got a massive 4 inches lift. Okay, so I'm on the last corner now. I've done the rears, the wheels are back on. I don't think the arch gap is going to stay like that. Done the other side. And when I was doing the other side, I discovered a broken spring. Not on that one, but on the other one. Here, so you can see that that spring was broken. So I got 2 new struts, second hand from Mitzi Bits, with good condition springs in. Replaced them, and you can see the lift blocks on the top there. So that's that side done, back together. And now I'm onto the last corner. So just to fit this one, it's a bit difficult getting that in a space that is meant for something that's about 1.5 inches shorter. It takes a bit of persuasion, but I'll get there. It's getting late now, but I didn't want to miss this bit of history, this snapshot in time. But the wheels and tyres are now on, and I really want to go and meet Gabs from work in it. But on the way back from the tyre shop, I was getting severe rubbing on the front bumper. So I've cut the near side one, reversing, beep, 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 beep. But you can see the difference. I need to cut that bottom lip off. So I've done that side. Now I need to do that side. So yeah, really happy, and I can go and get Gabs from work. As far as she's aware, it's still on axle stands, and yeah, so it'll be a nice surprise to go and get her in it. Now, immediately after I did put the tyres and the new suspension and everything on it, it felt enormous, but the rear has settled a bit because they were brand new springs. The rear has settled by about, I don't know, about 20 mil, but I'm really happy with the ride height of the front and the back. It looks good. It doesn't look like there's any rake. It doesn't look like, you know, it's trying to do a wheelie or anything. Really happy with that. And the back at the moment is loaded up with, believe it or not, a bed and camping equipment. So stay tuned for the next video if you want to find out more about that. I'll be going over the Overland build, or the camper van build if you like, for the inside of the Shogun in the next video. We have really done a fair amount of off-roading in this truck now, and I'm super thrilled with its capability. It's absolutely fantastic. And in the last video I explained about the gearbox and transfer box in this Shogun, so if you haven't seen that, do go and check it out. It's the first video in this little mini series I'm doing about the Shogun conversion and the work on it. We've done loads of off-roading. We've been to Slindon 4x4, we've been to Piccadilly Woods. I'm based in Brighton, so they're 2 pay and play places that are nearby here. I also went to Wales to go green laning rookie error. I went on my own. On my first green lane, I broke down. That was an absolute nightmare, and I will probably do a video explaining that, or at least feature it in a future video. I can't be bothered to go over it now because it's too soon. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just a quick one. Wheels, tyres, suspension lift on this insanely capable Mitsubishi Shogun. Really happy with the truck, guys. I hope if you are thinking about getting one yourselves, you will, because it is absolutely fantastic truck. And yeah, as I say, I've built the bed in, I've already slept in it. It's really good. And yeah, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, do subscribe, and we'll see you probably in 2 weeks time for another video. Thanks again for joining. Over and out.
I didn't think I would get up there.
No.